Good afternoon, brothers. Ami Tofo. Thank for watching the mooncake making video just now. It's easy, isn't it? Simple. Just add a few ingredients, water and oil, and you get mooncake, 金丝 mooncake. Actually, for this month, we will be sharing numerous simple mooncake making videos before every online program. So tomorrow at 4 p.m., I think Brother Brother Tai Tai, he has a program called Symphonic Veggie Fiesta. So we show that about, I think, few minutes before his sharing at 4 p.m. So do tune in, yeah. And if you notice the slides on the screen, these three mooncake are new recipes created this year. And the first one, the green one, is with 金丝 rice, made with 金丝 rice. Second is with cocoa, multigrains, and red beans. The third is called Teochew Kueh Pia. So this is for our mooncake festival. And if you require more information, there is a link at the live chat there. You can message there or ask for more information. And we will give what we call hands-on cooking class at 金丝 Books and Cafe. So if you're interested, do inquire there. Okay, so next, let us share our moon.
A bright moon. Everyone has a bright moon within the heart, shining brilliantly in the heart in every second, emitting a little light to brighten up this world. Everyone has a ray of gentle brightness in the heart. Because of you, him, and me, bringing unsurpassed warmth to this world. Excerpts from Master Cheng Yen Discourse.
Sister Chris, for your reading. Very nice. Okay. So next, let's.
Yeah, the moon always remind me. It always remind me of not the mooncake, but the 七仙女. Probably in my younger days, I wish I could be one with the 七仙女 fly to the moon.
Yeah.
Fly me to the moon.
I think that's what all little girls feel like, right?
Yeah.
七仙女.
Do you have any experience of such?
Oh, yes. To me, mooncake festival, Mid-Autumn Mooncake Festival is very, very special because I used to carry lantern at night. And my cousin brothers and sisters, we carry the lantern at night, and so dark, and with the lantern is so wonderful. And then another story would be, I think this, only those who are 50s and above will know about this. In the past, we pray to the moon. Do you know that?
No.
That means you're not that old. Actually, in the past, we pray to the moon. And we stopped that after Neil Armstrong landed on the moon.
Oh, there go your dreams.
There goes our dreams. So since then, we stopped doing it. Yeah.
Okay. Because the moon isn't what we thought it was.
Yeah, brothers, yes?
Yeah, actually, you see, why in the past or even right now, still there are people praying, to the moon. Mainly it's because of this mythical story of Chang'e and Houyi, you see. Yes. So that's why, until now we still pray to the moon. So of course, you want to know, but this is a very common story. I think all of us know about this story. It's a very touching one. It's a great romance from this Mid-Autumn Festival. Okay.
So later on, we're going to taste some of this mooncake creation.
Yes.
This is really culinary skills to another level. It's beautiful.
I also have one. Can you hold it up? Let everybody see the.
Oh, one more time.
I also have one more time.
Yeah, everyone has it.
Wow.
Everybody also have. Mine is homemade, is in Tupperware. So in fact, I think the making of this mooncake, the video will screen during our next EBSS, which is on the 18th of September. Yeah, we'll screen before our actual session. We'll try to record it. I'll try to record it tomorrow.
Okay.
Let's start our EBSS, yeah?
Proper.
Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I'm Yi Tok. I'm Bi Hong, and my Dharma name is Chao Li. Welcome and Kan En for being with us.
My name is Chris, and I'm glad to be back here today. But today, my first time at the Books Cafe studio, and next to our sister Bi Hong and mooncakes again.
Okay, I'm Lepo Siqi.
Hok Lai, you have to unmute.
Amitabha, I'm Hok Lai. My Dharma name is Wei. So good afternoon and Kan En to be with you all again for today. I'll be coming back again. Stay tuned.
Amitabha, good afternoon, everyone. I'm CS, and how time flies. We are here again together for another book sharing session. I'll be back.
Okay. Okay, so now let's start. Yeah. Okay, today we're sharing on this book, Infinite Teachings, Infinite Meanings by Dharma Master Zhen Yan. And part 3, chapter 7 talks about attain the path and achieve fruition. Lead all beings to happiness. What is Buddhahood can only be attained among sentient beings. The state of a bodhisattva is attained amidst sufferings. Therefore, as bodhisattva practitioners, we must go among people with a heart full of gratitude. We must continuously cultivate thoughts of compassion. So, at any time, space, and interpersonal interaction, there is always something for us to learn. It's just like a living sutra. We need to mindfully observe, reflect, and contemplate. Then we will see Buddha's teaching everywhere. Take, for example, simple action of breathing. We breathe in, we breathe out. If we just breathe in and don't breathe out, what happens? Or we breathe out and don't breathe in. Yeah, so our face will turn blue. So we need to breathe in and breathe out. And in life, it's the same. We cannot just take all the time. We need to give and take. Next would be walking. The simple action of walking. As we step one foot forward, we lift the other foot up. In the same way, we should let go of yesterday and focus on today, the present moment. Going among sentient beings gives us the opportunity to learn about life, to realize how blessed we are. Because sometimes we just think about ourselves until we see people who suffers, and then we realize, wow, I'm so lucky. Yeah. So we learn to cherish our blessing, and because of that, our compassion surface, and we sow more blessing to create more blessings. So we need to go among people with a heart full of gratitude. Why? Because when we see suffering, our pure nature will surface. So we need to be grateful to those whom we help, because we were able to learn from their life's experiences. And I'm sure we all Tzu Chi volunteers has this type of life experiences, yeah? Especially when we helping those Kan En group. So the next would be lead all beings to happiness. Bodhisattvas will never forsake sentient beings. By giving unconditionally, they realize the fruits of the body path. Actually, all bodhisattvas with loving kindness, yeah, in them, they will go all the way out to help the needy, irrespective of race, religion, or nationality, especially during the current COVID-19. Because when we give without expecting anything in return, you enjoy the Dharma joy. You feel joyful, especially when we see the expression of those that we help, their face of gratitude and appreciation, that is a reward enough for us. So Bodhisattva teach about emptiness and existence. We need to be, nothing in this world lasts forever, and there is no need to be too attached to both tangible things and intangibles like our ego, So because everything changes when the causes and conditions changes. Something wrong, okay. So we need to open many Dharma doors. Why do we need to open many Dharma doors? Because everyone's perception is different. We need many skillful means and analogies to explain Buddha's teaching. So with wisdom, people will not be worried about gains and losses. They know that everything in life is impermanent. So sentient beings can eliminate ignorance and afflictions to return to a state of Dharma joy, free of fear or worries of gains and losses. We came to this world empty-handed. We leave this world empty-handed. So there's no need to be too attached with our material things. And then we understand the true meaning of existence and emptiness. We will be able to lead a happy life. And as a takeaway, I would like to share this Jingse aphorism. Those who sow the seeds of blessing shall harvest plentiful blessings. So next, we would like to invite Sister Chris to share a few stories, and one of it is the old monastic and little novice.
The little novice.
Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon. Yeah, Chris here. I'll be going through a few stories from chapter 7 with the other speakers. Lead all beings to happiness. The stories that I'm going to cover open up the 4-lane road, the different fates, one goal. If you encounter a wall, go around it. To go or not to go. The old monastic and the little novice. So open up the 4-lane road. A gentle and well-liked staff, full-time staff, Tzu Chi. She's not only gentle and well-liked, she's also very compassionate, and she's always very kind and smiling. But she seems a little bit afflicted and dispirited, and Master noticed her, and Master gently asked her about it, and she lowered down her head. Her eyes were swelled in tears, and Master reminded her that this is a path that we should cultivate and walk on. So the staff said to Master, I know the road, but I just can't follow it. So Master says, if you know the road, but you can't follow it, then what road it is?
Oh dear.
Dear. Yeah. So Master reminded her about the 4 ingredient soups, the 4 ingredient spiritual soups, which we always say as a 4 spiritual soup.
Yeah.
It's actually
Su
Shen Tan. The contentment, gratitude, understanding, and being accommodating, especially on understanding and accommodating. So Master reminded her that each one of us are different, and we should try to understand from the other staff point of view, and we try to accommodate the differences. She reminded the staff to smile more and always be joyful. Says if you love others, then others will love you the same. And not only that, she says that Tzu Chi, being a staff, is indeed a place for you to cultivate spiritually. It's like an express lane, you know. So yeah, so it's the best place for you to engage in spiritual practice. So after that, the staff feel a lot more relief, and she left smiling, no? So the next story we're going to talk about is the different faith, one goal. So a Dharma brother and his Christian fiance came to visit Master lah, because they are different faiths. So they were a bit worried about their future, and they went to see Master. So do you know what Master tell them? You have to get this book to see the answer.
Wow.
Okay, if you encounter a war, go around it. A Dharma brother lost his vision and suffered from a chronic heart ailment, which left him very depressed. And Master gave him some wise directions. So you can see that from this book again. It's always towards the end already, actually, 200 over pages. An old woman had been away from home for over 40 years and finally reunited with her family. Through Tzu volunteer effort, her husband was so moved that by Tzu's period of great love that he insisted on inviting volunteers to his daughter's wedding ceremony. So,
Wow. Imagine being away for 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm sure the husband is so touched.
Yes, somehow or rather this woman lost touch with the family.
Oh.
And then Tzu, this volunteer involved immediately got hold of the wife.
Wow. I got goosebumps.
Got
It's
the
so
family.
touching,
Yeah.
because I'm sure everybody in the family are so joyful.
So as Tzu volunteers, should we go?
Actually, for Tzu, when we give, we cannot expect anything in return. So
Okay.
I
But
wonder what.
the husband insists.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
So what should we do? What should the volunteer do?
Well, you can read this book. So you have to buy this book. There's so
Yeah.
many stories inside there.
Actually, I love this book because there are so many day-to-day examples and people experience certain issues and they ask Master. And the wonderful thing is, Master, she never tell you yes or no, can or cannot. She'll explain the situation to you and teach you what you can learn from the experience.
Yeah, like
And
this one.
automatically you get the answer. So like this one,
To go or not to go.
To go or not to go. So like what Sister Chris said, you must get this book and get the answer from the book.
This story is the last story I'm going to share. It's the old monastic and the little novice. So a young Dharma brother had recently completed his studies in England and came back to Taiwan. He's a very diligent person and since 17 years old has been involved in spiritual practice. But he still feel a bit troubled because, and so he went to Master. Say, even with a kind heart, how do I maintain a pure mind forever and every second, I sometimes can't help but have unchecked thoughts, unwholesome thoughts, arrogance and discrimination. How do I avoid this and maintain spiritual purity? So Master said, how can an old monastic know the mind of a young novice?
Master so humble, right?
So the young novice says that when he was younger or now, he will forcefully, put down those thoughts. But he came across the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, and now he's better able to handle all this negativity. But he still feel that he lacked something. So he seek Master, say, I'm still requesting Master to guide me. So the old monastic, so Master says that my Master only give me 6 words. So for Buddha's teaching for sentient beings, and I have been following a straight path ever since. What more teaching do I need to ask from anyone? So when the little novice heard these words, his affliction will dissolve. Moved to the call, he bowed to the Master with gratitude.
I wonder what the Master actually tell him to make him sort of like realize and help resolve his affliction.
Yes. Mother did say, she said, move forward diligently and mindfully. You must find the Dharma in your own mind. If you have already found it, but continue to seek the Dharma within the Dharma, you will be unable to transform yourself and others. So
And
it's like,
actually, it's true, isn't it? Sometimes when we know something, but because we keep on thinking about it, and the more we try to find the answer, the more confused we are. Actually, sometimes life is very simple.
yes,
Yeah.
and we try to find many methods. So we actually just take hold one single method,
True.
and you can move forward quickly and diligently.
Yeah.
So if you merely stuck on endlessly debating and arguing, say
That's
you are
it.
adding redundancy to redundancy. In other words, by incessantly asking about and debating the Dharma you debate will become an obstacle to your progress.
Personally, I felt that as well. You know, you keep on debating about it, that's it. You become an obstacle. Yeah.
Yeah, just like Tzu Chi always say, just do it first.
Yeah.
So when I read this chapter, Lead All Beings to Happiness, and also this month, we're actually having Tzu Chi Education Center opening up for registration, especially to B40 children. So this 3 person actually has a great contribution, and they got the 2019 Laureate Nobel Awards for their contribution. And each one they got a third contribution for their research, over 20 years of research into poverty, education, and children. Based on the research, they find that half of the world's children still leave school without basic literacy and numeracy skill. Basic literacy means ABC, and numeracy is just additions and subtractions. See, the Nobel laureates, this 2019, actually fight for global poverty. And one of their studies was about, they say that 5 million Indian children benefited from their programs. Or they have a remedial tutoring program, which focus on attention given to the children. So we started this program we started this program in last year with the Padang Tempat children, because these are from the B40 families, vulnerable families, their household incomes is very low or could be dysfunctional family. And we find it very effective. So Tzu Chi Daycare will be using the same model, and 2021 registration is open for 4 years to 17 years.
So what are the qualifications needed?
Qualification needed. See all these teachers? What do you think is the qualification needed? This is the situation, you see, 1-to-1. Teachers and students are 1-to-1, 1-to-2. And so smiling love and smile. So so this is what the children wanted. So this particular teacher is very famous. So she had the most students. Three is what we allowed.
Maximum.
So look at all the teachers here. They're all smiling, all full with love. So yes, we told them there's only 2 conditions, because a lot of them will say, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a qualified teacher. So I say we only need 2 things from you. Love the children with plenty, and secondly, don't expect anything in return.
Yes.
So teachers always expect
No.
She's already a Tzu Chi teacher already. Okay. So the daycare tutoring teachers, because by accepting these children, we will need a lot of tutors that comes in to help the children in their week schoolwork. So teachers can go in for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, is up to them. And you can register in and again, you can call Sister Hui Ming Tang at this number.
You don't need to be a Tzu Chi volunteer, right?
You don't.
Yeah.
You can be anybody who is
anybody.
interested to help out the student.
That's good.
You can do it as a volunteer basis, or we will give some certain allowance to cover. Especially those graduates are waiting for
Results.
waiting for results and waiting for work because now work is not easy. So it'd be a good time to get involved with this program. So this is the same basis of fundamental belief of eradicating poverty begins with education.
Yeah.
So
true.
we happen to have this briefing today. So I extracted their PowerPoint, compassionate education. So this is what you will see in our daycare. Last time we have a smaller scale, but hopefully next year we have a lot more students from our community, especially P40 communities. They learn living skills, they learn interaction, they learn handicrafts, farming skills, and also they get tutoring, personal tutor. So this will be an example of their day's activity. But this is in the afternoon. If you have a morning class, then afternoon daycare. So if your afternoon a class, then you come for morning daycare. So tutoring will be anytime from 2:30 onwards until 6. They can choose anytime.
And many of these children, I think they eat vegetarian food.
Yeah.
And when they go home, they inspired their parents to go on vegetarian food as well. Yeah.
Healthy food, healthy and vegetarian.
Sorry, just wondering, where is this conducted? I mean,
this will be our
education center?
Yes,
oh, okay.
correct. Yeah,
so it is some sort like, if anyone interested, then they have to register too, correct?
Yes, correct. They have to register.
This is not part of the program of the nursery, is it?
This is our daycare and kindergarten.
Daycare.
Yes, daycare. Today was a daycare. Yeah.
Oh, so daycare and the kindergarten or the nursery, they are two different programs, correct?
Yes, correct. Two different programs.
Okay.
Different
So
age
you can register for both.
You can register for both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll be talking more about daycare today. So daycare, so these are private tutors that we have previously. They do on a one-to-one basis. So the other day I visited the Padang Tempat children, and one of the house has about 7 children with the grandparents.
Oh.
And they didn't have much money to go for extras. So I asked this boy who is already in standard 4 whether he would like to join our daycare, and then he just gave me a very straight face, and then I asked him, we have do you want to pusi, you want to tutor? He gave me a straight face again. Then I say, how is your English and Maths? Do you want English and Maths? He gave me a straight face again. Oh dear. So I give him my final one. I say, 我们的老师没有骂人的. Then suddenly his eyes is like so big and his mouth was so wide. Then he looked at me. Then he asked me again, 老师没有骂人啊. So our teachers don't scold one. Then he was so
He must be scolded by the teachers.
So I committed for daycare already. Tsuji daycare teachers, no scolding. Yes, this is one of our criteria. We just want to love them.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops, my screen. Okay. So this is the part of the project aspiration. In Chinese we call it 希望教育啦. Okay. So here we say give plenty of love, no expectation on the children, and let's say if it's a PM afternoon daycare, it will be between 2:30 to 5 lah. Okay. So thank you.
Sister Chris, for your great sharing and also all about the Tsuji activities. Yes, thank you. So next, we would like to invite Brother Hoklai to share some 3 stories actually. Interpreting dreams, small death, and long sleep. Let go of what?
Let go of
Afflictions.
Let go of attachment.
Attachment. Okay. Brother Hoklai, the screen is yours.
And sister, good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Here we meet again. So let me share my screen. There'll be 3 that I'll be sharing for today. The first is on interpreting dreams. Well, everyone dreams, isn't it? Sometimes the dreams can be horrifying, terrifying, making us wake up in fright, or sometimes it can be a pleasant, sweet dream. So let's hear one of the dreams in this chapter 7. It is regarding a Dhamma sister's mother who constantly dreamed of her parents which were deceased. So when the daughter, the Dhamma sister, heard about it, she started to worry. Is this the end of my mom's life? When the daughter told this to the mother felt upset. So both of them went to visit Master. So what did Master say? Master told them, this is just the subconscious being expressed through dreams. We are just recollecting or reminiscing about our past. So when they heard about this, both the mother and daughter were relieved. The second will be on small death and long sleep. This one regards the lawyer who was in his prime and was suddenly diagnosed to have a terminal illness. So this really upsets him, and he just can't accept the situation. Like maybe asking why now, or why me? So under the guidance of the healthcare workers and volunteers, he started to reflect on the care given to him. And in the end, he was very grateful. So the volunteers, together with him, when his emotion had already stabilized, paid Master a visit. And at the time, he was more at ease. So Master told him, you need to be at ease. Sleep is a small death. Death is a long sleep. Everyone undergoes birth and death. There's no escape. So nobody has an exception to it. In short, we have short sleep, we have a long sleep. Just that for short sleep, it's a small death. For long sleep, it's a big death. But both of them are the same. What are they saying? We wake up. But for small death, we wake up to the beginning of the next day. For big death, we wake up to the beginning of the next life. So Master further added, there's no need to fear death. You need to reflect whether we have completed the day's affairs diligently. And if you have, then you will have a clear conscience. And then you have a good sleep. And at the end of our life, we will have no regrets and we can live peacefully. Master further added, it's unavoidable that we are ordinary beings able to make small mistakes. But it's important that we repent and vow to improve in the next life. And with that, you will depart peacefully. The third, the lawyer told Master that when he was in hospital, he smiled at the doctors and nurses. Master told him, you also need to make your heart smile. Master further added, birth, aging, illness, and death, they are part of natural life. So we should go along with the affinities. Let go, and as coming and going is part of the path of life. The third will be on change your point of view, let go of attachments. There was a 20-year-old child who met with a fatal accident while serving in the army. Every time when the parents and grandparents think about him, they were very grieved. When they approached Master, Master told them, you can't undo it. Let bygones be bygones. What is past is past. So Master told them that the only thing you can do to the child is to bless him. The parents say they cannot let go because the other party, which was responsible for the accident, did not come over to apologize. So the child can't live peacefully. Would you think the same? When this unfortunate happens?
Yeah, I don't think I will be able to take it, huh? Yeah, the other party didn't apologize.
Yeah, this is the normal reaction of sentient beings of us. Okay, so what did Master say? He says that you need to view from the other party's angle, from the other side, not from our side. The other party could be feeling very guilty over the incident, and they were having a fear of being punished. So this feeling of guilt torments them, and they may not want to face the public. So Master told the parents to let go. There's a need to let go so that the mind become and peaceful. She says that ask the child to forgive others and then don't torture oneself over this incident. Tell the child that the life and activities in this world has ended. What he needs to do is to return quickly and be born as a person in the next life to save others. The master parted with these words, parting with loved ones is life's greatest suffering. That's all from me. Kan Ern.
Thank you, Brother Hot Lai. Just now you mentioned about the dreams. Yeah, I always have horrible dreams also about, and always, even though I left school for so long, I still dream about not having enough time to sit for exam and didn't study, all that kind of dreams. Do you have such kind of experience also?
Yeah. I'm a bit weird. I normally can't remember my dreams, although I have many dreams. But there's one dream that I can't forget, which is about what Sister K was saying about exams. It starts with a worry, then the fear, and luckily it has a happy ending. So my dream is about this Form 6 exam. Last time the Form 6 exam is only once, from lower 6 to upper 6 to the end, then you only have one exam. So in my dream, I had only 1 month left towards the real public exam. And I haven't started reading my revision books, not even once. I even haven't read my notes, and neither was I attentive in class. So you can sort of say I had zero content. So the worry creeps in. How am I going to start revising with such a short time left? And then the fear. I'm going to fail my exam. So what's the happy ending? I woke up to find there's only a dream as I'm not sitting for the exam anymore. Okay.
Actually,
same dream. Physics must be.
Yeah.
Is your physics your strong point or your weakest point?
Physics happens to be my second most favorite subject.
Okay.
And yet have
horrible dreams.
I just would like to talk about dreams. I think most of us, or a lot of us, are very obsessed with dreams, and a lot of people are very superstitious with dreams. And they still believe that if they dream of something, then it might happen, or what, you see. So that's why we still have someone like, if they dream of an accident, and if they could see the car plate number, then they would go and buy 4D for that car plate number. But actually, I think for dream, we can't take dreams to that significant level. To me, it is like absurd. I think dreams is partly because of what we think so much, at daytime, and then most of the time at night when you go to sleep, then you would have that dream about what you have thought about over and over again at daytime. So we have to take it a bit lightly, with our dreams.
Yeah, that's right.
Dreams will be like our subconscious mind surfacing when we sleep. Yeah.
But a lot of people, they really believe what they dream at night, are something indicatory to what is going to happen, So then they get worried with the dreams that they have. I think this is not the right way to treat or to look at dreams.
But sometimes, like when something's worrying you, or you miss your loved one who had passed away, like myself, many years ago, my father passed away, and I couldn't take it. But then I dreamt that my father sort of like talking to me, smiling, and pointing to my siblings, and my siblings were smiling. And then he said goodbye. So from this dream, he interpreted that your siblings can accept it, why can't you? So after that, it's like him telling me that, this is life and you need to accept it. And after that, I felt better. And later, I felt that actually our parents, their genes are in us. So all we have to do is just think of them and they will be with us. That's how I convince myself.
Yeah, because you miss your dad so much.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So sometimes the dreams may help us. I felt that, when you needed something, the dreams, somehow your subconscious is telling you what we should do. Or like Buddhism, we say the eight consciousness will surface and sort of like console us, I suppose. Yeah. Anything else?
Yep.
Okay, Brother Hawkline, after.
I think that's all from me. So pass over to Sister Lipo.
Your screen share. So, Sister Lepo, you take over the screen.
Okay, thank you,
Brother
Brother
Hotline.
Hotline. Okay, I share my screen.
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining us. Today, my sharing entitled Mind Over Matter, Lead All Beings to Happiness. I'm going to share 4 stories. Story 1, a young man had trouble quitting smoking, though he wanted to do so. Master told him that if you can change your small habitual tendencies, then you will have hope for success. If you cannot even change such a small thing, then how can you hope to fulfill greater aspirations? Quitting smoking demonstrates the strength of your resolve and vows. It can also nurture your confidence and your ambition. Story number 2, a young couple contemplating marriage was taken to see Master because they had different opinions that caused them to argue. The man was about to go abroad to study, but he could not concentrate in his classes. And the woman was feeling ill and had not eaten for several days, and making everyone worried. Master said that you both used to be so harmonious together in the past. You have chosen each other among so many people, so cherish your good affinity. Conflicts occurred because you have become very close and you have expectations of each other. Both of you must become and take a step back so that you can communicate better and dissolve your afflictions. Master urged the man to concentrate on his studies and the woman to keep her body healthy and not let her parents worry. According to Master, the society puts a lot of energy in nurturing young people, so they must take good care of themselves and give back to the society. Story number 3, seize the present moment. An entrepreneur's wife described an issue that had long been on her mind. She said a fortune teller said that her husband is a reincarnation of Amitabha Buddha. This has worried her ever since. Master said that even the Dalai Lama did not know who he was a reincarnation of. Things in the past are in the past. Seize the present moment and do our duty. When our parents are still alive, we must diligently fulfill our filial responsibilities. When our parents are gone, we must cherish and make good use of the bodies to contribute to the society. What is important is that the role that we play currently, we have to play our role well now.
Later, the same woman, bought a sculpture of Amitabha Buddha. She said, Master, this Buddha sculpture is too big. Perhaps building a temple to reverently host it would be more respectful. Master laughed and said that actually Amitabha Buddha is neither big nor small. Everything is created by our mind. There is no need to purposely build a temple for a Buddha sculpture. It is better to give the money to those who really need help. Well, ordinary people are always particular about putting Buddha sculptures in the best and most auspicious places. But actually, wherever it can let people experience joy is the best place. There are also people who do things according to the day of the week. Actually, whichever day we have free time to do certain thing, that will be the best day to do it. Story 4. A woman kept going to different temples to recite sutras and pray to the Buddha because she was worried her property was going to be repossessed. Reciting the sutras did not put her mind at ease. On the contrary, she felt even more uneasy. She could not sleep at night and started to hear voices. Master advised her to see a doctor. When people get too attached to their problems, they end up scaring themselves. By seeing a doctor and getting medication, her body and mind could be at ease. The voices she heard were just illusory, a reflection of her mind. Those who have faith in the Buddha must be optimistic and have right faith. Knowing the sutras, but do not put them into action is of no use. Master persuaded her to relax, and if she had time, volunteer with Tzu Chi. By that way, her mind will naturally calm down, as now she has something meaningful to do. In conclusion, to be happy, we need to be always optimistic and have the right faith. Stay calm and take a step back when conflict arises. Being accommodating and willing to communicate is a better way to dissolve afflictions. And remember to seize the present moment. That's all for today. Thank you.
Cảm ơn Sister Lepo for sharing. Actually, about interpersonal relationship, when there's conflict, I think it's important to give and take. Just like dancing, one step forward and one step backward. Otherwise, it both sort of head on, you knock against each other. And also another thing is that Master always advises us that whatever Dharma that we learn, it is very important to put into action. Yeah. Anything else? Other brothers want to share?
Yeah, I just want to mention one interesting point, from one of the stories presented by Sister Lepo, is where to place the Buddha sculpture. I think the best place to place the Buddha sculpture is in our heart. Then, you will have constant reminders from Buddha, whatever you want to do before you act, then you will think of the Buddha teaching, and it will really guide you to do all the right things and avoid yourself from doing all the wrong things. So it's not about like placing the Buddha in the big temple or choose the right place, best place in your house. But I think the simplest and the easiest way to do is just put it in your heart, and you'll be always reminded. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Not necessarily we have to choose a certain place or a certain date and so
Yeah,
on.
you don't have to even have a big Buddha sculpture. You just have an imaginary one and put it in your heart. That would be the best thing to do in my in my opinion. Okay, I think it's my turn now. 10 more minutes left, so I'm going to.
Thing is that Master Chen Yan always have good advice. Say, why not you use the money to help the needy, to do charity?
Yeah.
I think that that's a very good advice. Yeah,
Instead of buying, wasting money on the big Buddha sculptures, then you better donate it or do charity with it.
So, brother,
Okay, I'm going to share the
seriously,
screen now.
Okay,
you stop
am I
sharing.
going to introduce you? No. Okay, fine. Wait, I stop first, huh? Okay, you may start.
Okay, hi everyone. As usual, I'm back, and today I'm going to share this book again. Okay, this book where Sister Chris has left a few cliffhangers there. So I think if you want to know the answers, then go and grab one and read it. Okay. So today I'm just going to share two stories from this book, Infinite Teachings and Infinite Meanings by Master Cheng Yan. And the first one is you have fallen into debt. Congratulations. So what is this story about? I've summarized the story, but I will read through the story here and here how it goes. You have fallen into debt. Congratulations. An entrepreneur had fallen into a debt of NT dollar 500 million and was afflicted without end. A friend accompanied him to see Master. Congratulations. If you have not fallen into this debt, you will not have known how rich you really are. Thus, I say congratulations. But then the entrepreneur said, NT 500 million is very hard to earn. And then this is what Master answered. It could be that in a past life, you owed a debt. So now you must pay it back. I don't believe that I owe a debt from a past life, replied the entrepreneur. Then this is how Master answered. If not, then I congratulate you even more. Because when you come back in the next life, there will be NT 500 million waiting for you. From their discourse, the entrepreneur's anxiety about the debt was alleviated. Furthermore, under the guidance and encouragement of Tzu volunteers, he decided to join Tzu and started his selfless service. So this is actually a very interesting story, and my personal opinion, about this story is as follows. So I presume under the current economic situation where COVID-19 undermines almost every industry, there are a lot of people who are facing the same kind of conundrum and financial crisis, like what this entrepreneur is struggling in this story. COVID-19 had killed off many businesses. Don't look for far. It's outright noticeable around you that so many shops were shut for good. And I presume some way and somehow, someone would end up like this entrepreneur who falls into the different amount of debts. So just imagine, if you were one of them, how are you going to face it and take it? So if you look for useful advice from Master, then this is what you would get. Congratulations. This is quite strange. So you would think that being in debt is not something celebratory or to be congratulated for. But why Master said so? You might be opinionated that whatever explanations Master gave this entrepreneur seems to be all jokes and whimsical. But if you think about it in depth, this could be the best way to encounter this kind of situations. It is truly futile and useless to just mourn about the ill fates that befall on you. You could shift all the blames on others but yourself. You could grieve over your predicaments and leash yourself up to all the negative thoughts and energy. All these won't improve your financial outlook. If you don't tackle the problems, with positive mentality and measures. But to get being positive and maintain the optimism with a huge debt weighing down on your mind, it is all easier said than done. Therefore, all the advice Master offered the entrepreneur was not about how to repay the debt, but the right state of mind to encounter and confront it. That is to accept the very fact that you are in debt, and for whatever reasons that lead you to that point, they are irrelevant and should be put behind. Only when your mind is crystal clear, you can sort out a way to deal with it, to deal with the debt, regain the faith and confidence with yourself, and the most important of all, the belief that you could pull through eventually and debt-free again one day. And for the advice from the masters, if you seriously scrutinize them with an equally whimsical manner, you could take comfort in all of them, because it is nothing wrong to realize how rich you are, or you are just clearing the debts from your past life, or even better, you know that you could expect a huge amount of fortune awaits you in your next life. So if you could repay the debt now, actually, then how sweet to possess the fortune doubles that amount of debt one day. What a windfall it would be. I'm going to the, so this is from the first story. So did Master really mean that? Definitely no, and I've explained in my thoughts. And now go to the second story, creating blessings is the key to wealth. An inventor developed and manufactured a new gadget for sale, but due to lack of interest, he ended up losing a large sum of money. Eventually, an entrepreneur offered to buy the patent and to hire him for his company. When the invention was reintroduced to the market, it immediately sold very well. The inventor lamented, "This was my invention. After straining myself to work on it and shouldering so much debt, why is it that he, without the slightest effort, only had to buy the patent to make so much money?" Master replied, "Your boss must have created great blessings in a past life. If you drop a coin in water, it would float back up. But if you do not have that kind of blessings, even if you drop paper bills into the water, they would sink. However, that does not matter. You have the special ability to invent. So if others make money from your inventions, you should feel joyful. This is the meritorious virtue of joy. Your invention can now be used in every household. This is also one of your achievements." When the inventor heard what Master said, he felt somewhat relieved. But then he again brought up that compared to the immense wealth the other person made from buying the patent, he himself made only enough to even out his previous losses. Master encouraged him once more, saying that he must be grateful to be able to do this. At least he had no more debt to shoulder. So he could be joyful and at peace now. After selling his patent, regardless of whether his invention was profitable or not, he could be without afflictions. After the inventor heard this, he really did let the matter go. My personal thoughts about this story is as follows. So it is just too frequent to see this kind of incident happen to the others or even ourselves. For the same results we produce, the return vary for many. The fruits reaped by all of us are not the same. So we might wonder why so. It is very common to see the same kind of products in the market to get a different kind of responses from the consumers. Sometimes it's not due to the superiority of that merchandise, but it just sells. It just gains astounding popularity, despite there are others that seem to be better and even cheaper. It makes us wonder why so. The way I interpret the explanations provided by Master to this inventor is a part of the effort the entrepreneur put into. It is partly due to the blessings he created and accumulated in his past life. I'm particularly impressed by how Master described the great miracle this blessing could bring to a person. This is how Master described it. If you drop a coin it will resurface. Otherwise, even if you drop a piece of thin paper, it will sink. How precise these descriptions relates to the good fortune one would have, as if everything he or she touches would turn gold. But without those blessings, your path to success could be strewn with obstacles and hurdles. It doesn't mean that you will never succeed, but it might require double or triple the effort for you to cross the finishing lines. Even though the inventor might not have carried all those blessings from his past life to the present life, he is still gifted with the talent and capability to invent something beneficial to mankind. Therefore, these past life blessings are not the only or even the main yardstick that determines the successes achieved. As Master pointed out, we should feel grateful with what we are capable of. Feel the joy of meritorious virtue for being able to provide livings or even wealth to the others. Lastly, I just feel that we should not envy how others are so successful, even with those who are in the same industry as us. Firstly, we never know what they had gone through. And secondly, even if we are aware that they don't have to toil hard to be much better off than us, the jealousy that we harbor in our hearts won't do any good to our fortune. Instead, we have to accept the fact that in our past life, probably we did not commit sufficient good acts to possess the blessing that would serendipitously assist us in this life. Lastly, it simply shows how important for all of us to be always kind, compassionate, and commit all the good acts anytime, anywhere. That's all for today. And Kan En, back to you, Sister Bihong.
Cảm ơn Brother CS for your sharing. Wait now.
CS selalu sharing dia team leh, inventor story. Yeah.
It's just the way how I interpret this story. I think this is a very good book, and you know, it really shows the profound wisdom of our masters. If you go through this book, you can see how masters answers or deal with all those questions. You know, how she relieved all those people. It's just fantastic. It's just, you know, it's just wonderful.
Yeah, countless of people getting relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one more chapter to go, right?
Yeah, one more chapter.
And the next appointment is
18th of September.
18th of September. So before we go, we get to enjoy the mooncake.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys can just enjoy on the screen.
Can you see our mooncake?
And this flavor is what flavor is this?
It's cocoa, red beans, and multigrains.
Wow, full of nutritious.
Sorry, use fingers there. Brother Johnson, come.
Yeah, beautiful mooncake.
Okay, let's eat. See how it tastes.
I wanted to find out about your mochi one. Is it there's this a mochi?
Yes.
You'll be teaching that next round.
Yeah. The mochi one is the.
What flavor is this? This is a mochi?
No,
the mochi mooncake?
No, this is the chocolate cocoa.
Okay.
And the center is multigrains. And I share screen, yeah. This is the center one, yeah, cocoa, multigrains, and red beans.
Okay.
And then just now what Sister Grace mentioned is the mochi mooncake is the one green color. We use our instant rice, blend it to powder, add hot water and a little bit of oil with a juice mallow instant mix to make the green color.
So we don't bake this mochi. I'm quite interested with this mochi. Is this like ping pi ye ping?
Correct. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we will
so we have to chill it. This one mochi, chill. We have to chill it all the time.
Yes, you can chill it. Okay. You can eat it cold. It's very nice. Okay. And you see the black thing is a black rice, pure rice. Hei zhao mi, chun fen is a black rice. Black rice, not the glutinous rice. It's black rice powder, and the white dots are mixed nut. And the center is our Chinese yam powder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very nice.
So the
Black
feeling
rice
is
actually
yam.
king of rice.
Yes.
Yam.
Sorry,
The feeling is yam filling, correct? For
which
this
one?
mochi,
Mochi.
the
No.
mochi.
Juice mallow.
Juice
No,
mellow.
sorry. The
Mellow.
skin is juice mallow. The filling is Chinese yam. 山药薏仁粉. Yeah. 山药薏仁粉.
Okay. 山药薏仁粉, okay.
Yes.
I
Chinese
can't really see the picture of this Teochew baked mooncake. What is the difference between this baked mooncake and the coconut?
Teochew make mooncake is savory. It's with our
savory.
instant rice.
Okay.
The instant rice, the vegetables,
Okay.
Our instant rice, we have packets of vegetables, right? Dried vegetables.
Yeah.
They take that, fry it, and then they add a little bit of oil, mix down all this, and make into this.
What he's saying, next time bring it to us.
Yeah. So okay, next session on the 18th, which flavor you prefer? You prefer mochi? Because you cannot have both. You think about it, then I'll make it for you for the next session.
Yes,
Okay, thanks a lot.
You see? Setengah, that means I have to make two. Okay, cảm ơn. Anything else?
Cảm ơn so much.
Yeah,
Beautiful
thank
mooncake.
you.
Healthy mooncake.
So this mooncake, we will show the recipe before our actual EBSS on the 18th in the form of videos. I hope I can complete by tomorrow. I'm going to have the video taken tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll share with everybody. Yeah. Cảm ơn everyone, and thanks again for being with us, and all the speakers for spending your precious time preparing. Cảm ơn.
Cảm ơn everyone.
Cảm ơn everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
We are speechless.
Anna. Nice, huh?
So cute, the
Oh,
flower.
you did eat it?
I ate one already.
This one multi-grain, so?
Multigrain and red bean, right?
No, inside no red bean. Inside is multi-grain is a little bit, not so much. Outside red bean.